Thanks again for being a part of our virtual family every day. Hello, world. I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is another Hangout. Is my mic on?
Yes.
Okay. Whew. Okay, Jedi's behind me. She's having supper. She is dining on some nice Similac. Obviously not this one. Another bottle. So she's going to be quiet for a little while. She was just on my lap for the pre-show hangout. Oh, yes, you can say hi. Or not. Like a car. They always make a liar out of you. So we're joined tonight by a cavalcade of characters, and it's not really a family hangout so much as it's just a hangout with other people who do YouTube, love YouTube, are in the YouTube culture, and that's exactly the kind of stuff that I like to do on a regular basis, if only because I get to expand my horizons and have different conversations other than talking to the same people over and over again. Not that I haven't talked to anybody here before more than once. I'm just saying that, you know, I like talking to a variety of people about a variety of topics because, you know what, I'm human first. And I'm a very hot and sweaty human.
Sorry, I'll leave.
USB fans is what I need right now. Oh my god. This is my only fan. Right there. My hand. This is the way we do it here. So, everybody introduce yourself. Oh, Liz, you're you?
Oh no.
Liz always forgets to turn off the mic. She always forgets to turn on the mic. This is a classic Liz thing. She just. I thought you were doing it.
There she goes.
I was a mime. That's what I was doing.
Liz helps me with various and sundry things around here, not physically as much as virtually. And I'm hot. Liz, why don't you go ahead and do some introductions? I'm going to go check on the thermostat.
Okay. Well, what we're doing with well, the Pirillo Vlogs is hosting it, but we're trying to engage with the Vloggerfair community. So last week we had some family vloggers, and this week we're having just people who vlog. Although Stephen, you're about to be, are you a father now?
I've been a father for 3 years.
Oh, so there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a surprise for you. No. So I guess we have Stephen, and we have
great introduction. That's
exactly. I know him so well.
I'm glad everybody in capable hands.
Nicole has actually been to Vloggerfair.
Yes.
And Matt Philly just dreams of going to Vloggerfair. So anyway, everybody introduce yourselves. I guess we'll start with Stephen since I just called him not a father.
So I am Stephen, and I am a father for 3 years. Liz. That's right. A lot of people know me as Tech Johnson. I do a lot of tech videos, and I also recently started a vlogging channel documenting my life with my family recently. So I do have 2 channels. I mean, that's really all there is to it.
I guess I'll go next. I'm Matt Philly. I do a YouTube channel called Swashin TV where I go over setups and stuff like that. And I do have a second channel where I vlog time to time, but still trying to figure that out. You know, not really the best yet, but soon I'll get there. I'll get there.
My name's Nicole. I have a channel which is just NICDWISE, which is just my name. I do 5 videos a week, ranging from everything from beauty to kind of music and television to conversations with my viewers. And then I have a second channel called Everyday Jew where I talk about Judaism and make it non-scary for people. So just a fun little channel that I got as a kind of way to get my parents off my back for not dating, essentially.
And you love Disney. So does Matt Philly.
I do love Disney. I think I'm going tomorrow. I'm not sure though.
Wow. Yeah, the only reason I want to go to Disney now, or even before, is because of the Star Wars crossover. I'm taking.
Who are you?
What'd you call me?
Who are you? Introduce yourself.
Who is that?
Just this guy.
I'm the Pirillo of Pirillo Vlogs, or one of the Pirillos. There's another one back there. The other one's downstairs making taco soup. This is what I've been told. I have a feeling that they don't know what they're doing, and they're just going to say, it's taco soup. You know, that's a great way of, like, if you ruin the meal, just turn it into a soup, and it's magic, right? It's just all the problems are solved.
You need a magic bullet.
Yeah, and by the way, I think we just today, well, at least according to the stats, we had a magic bullet, and it kind of sucked. I thought about doing a review on that, too, just because I see so many of these, like, as seen on TVs, and I want to try them. Some of them work very, very well. Others are kind of like, yeah, I wouldn't waste somebody else's money on that. Mm-hmm. So, I know, yeah, you're on YouTube again. So, my wife Diana is downstairs. We just launched this channel really this week as a specific dedicated vlogs only channel. Some people would have argued that we should have done this before. I think that timing couldn't have been better. And we've rebooted the classic YouTube channel to have geeky edited videos rather than being more of the personal stuff. So I'm kind of going back to basics but staying the same. Someone just tweeted me asking, what happened to vlog after 999? And I'm like, I feel like I've let everybody down if one person just did not know what happened. I feel bad.
No, because you were beating a dead horse essentially. You kept on saying it for a very long time and people just weren't paying attention.
Pull out my stick. I don't really have a good name for it. There we go. Stick.
Yep.
Vlogs are moving into their own channel, and apparently, according to YouTube, one number I saw, we have 6,000 subscribers, which is awesome.
Woo-hoo.
Now, if we only had 6,000 people who watched us every day, that'd be even better, and 6,000 likes, and Chris would be a happy boy, and I'm done beating myself like a dead horse. Stick of truth. The next adventure I want to go on, Matt, we were talking about this, I guess, Twitch. I want to do some Twitch stuff, classic gaming.
That's fun. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Because if I play a game, it's going to be casual. It's simple. Pick up, put down, done with it, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend hours on something when I just feel like playing minutes. Yes, baby. There we go. Okay. You can't have the bottle and your fist in your mouth. That's how it works.
It doesn't work that way.
One at a time.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's what you wanted. That's got what you need, right there, ish. You got it. Good girl. So yeah, twitching, classic gaming. I just want to set up the iPad, point a camera at it, do something fancy or whatever, and I'm just like, bleh. At the end of the day, I'm taking care of Jedi or I'm doing other things that it's like not even like a rung on the ladder of things that I need to do or have done over the past. In fact, I've got to re-encode. Thank you for reminding me, Matt. I've got to encode CPU here so that John can be editing it.
There you go.
Almost forgot, but Matt reminded me.
See, I'm on top of it.
I'm just this kind of like, saying that.
Yeah.
Telepathically, of course.
Yeah.
Which is possible in video games. I don't know if you caught that news today. It is possible. Telepathy has been proven in video games to be
What?
Yeah. Doesn't? Oh, I'm sorry. That was talked about in TLDR, and only the patrons got to see it. But everybody else gets to see it tomorrow, so I'll be covering it.
Oh, yep.
Well, I might just become a supernomi right now.
Woo! Well, then.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
But I've already decided that Chris is one of the first people that I'm subscribing to on Patreon once my new job starts. So
Oh, you got a new job. What's up?
yeah, I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about it because there's actually a social media clause. No, it's not like that. I'm actually working at the local branch of the School of Rock out in
Oh, that's cool.
the Valley. I'm the studio coordinator. So it's fun. There's like a social media clause about you can't like post pictures with the kids and stuff like that. But I think if I'm keeping it separate from my blogs because conflict of interest essentially. But yeah, people like my friends on Facebook will know about it when I post about it. It's not something that I've talked about because I'm only in training right now. So
Cool.
Chris, you might be the perfect person to ask this.
I don't like where this is going.
No. Okay. I have a Patreon account, and I have funds in my account. Can you use those funds to pay for other creators? Like to be a patron?
I don't think so. I think there's inbounds and outbounds. Of course, Patreon system is like,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of feedback for them. But,
Because I tried the system a while ago. I had a couple people, and then I was like, I scratched the idea because I wanted to grow myself way before I do that thing.
right.
And like, so, but I have two people that refuse to leave they refuse to take away their funds. I don't know how to put that. Basically, they're still paying. They're still paying me.
It's a very bizarre system. I think Jedi may need to get burped here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the way they manage things, and I've like I said, I've been on so many calls, and there's like they've always said when I've talked to the Patreon folks, they've always said, thank you for giving this raw feedback because no one else would be as direct as you are. Because I'm like, I'm tearing them a new one. I'm
brutal.
Like,
Right.
I'm brutal when it comes to ask anybody who works closely with me that I can be very brutal when it comes to giving feedback if I know what needs to be done. And I mean, I expect a lot from people. nothing more that I don't think they could handle. But I mean,
Right.
especially if it's a service where I'm paying into it, or at least certainly a part of that transaction, I want it to be good. You know, I want it to be solid. So, whee! You are. She's vibrating. My dad's here. Obviously, that's my dad. Well, if it's not obvious, it's my dad.
The Master Joe.
The man.
Joe and I are doing it at Odds and
No,
Ends this weekend on Sunday.
That's not.
Hang on. What'd you say, Nicole?
We're going to be at Odds and Ends because I'm a huge Patriots fan. I was actually at the AFC Championship in the downpouring rain.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I
I
can.
know.
I don't know if I can actually be in this hang-up because I'm such an oddball out when it comes to football and the team. So it's.
No more odd than me. Yes, baby.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I'm like the opposite of Chris. I'm the token sports-loving person out of like all of my friends. It was very funny when the Red Sox were in the World Series. There was a Red Sox bar about 2 miles down from my office, so I went after work to the bar, and I came in the next day and I was like, "We won!" And everyone in my office was like, "Won what?" I'm like, I get that I work in entertainment, but come on, people. Like, it's pop culture, and we work on movies that have sports in them. How do you not see the homepage of, like, CNN that says, Red Sox win World Series? Like, it boggled my mind for a while.
Dewey defeats Truman.
Well, that's okay. I'm a Cubs baseball fan.
That's always a good team to root for.
Oh, I hate to admit it. My first one was actually the Detroit Lions.
Oh, I feel bad then.
So did anyone watch the Pirillo vlog today and see the potential site for Vlogger Fair?
Yes, and I commented on it.
Oh, I'll have to check that.
Yeah, my question is for all of us out-of-towners who are going to be coming in, like, as long as it's close enough for, like, public transportation and that we can all get there, then we'll be fine.
Yeah, we're facing an array of how we say hiccups or headaches around it, because like there's never like such a thing as a perfect location. Certainly, not big enough to handle the amount of people that we might need, to handle at any particular event space. So we're still looking into some options. Our next Vlogger Fair Gnome Decks call is
Thursday.
Oh man, today was one hell of a week.
Yeah.
And I can't even explain how today was one hell of a week.
I gotta get out to one of those events.
Yes, and we also have Gnome Decks, which looks like it's going to be in the late spring.
Well, we got to hear back from one person. Yeah, you're not the one person we need to hear back from, though. Hear back from one person on that front, and I've got to follow up with that. And Lynn, I gotta remind her to help follow up too, because it may be closer to May or June than I'd say March. But
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't have any details or any information. But
Well, I'll tell you what, if it's closer to the summertime, I might make an appearance there.
Well, that's why I think I'm aiming towards then. And I mean, here's the thing with geeks. Like, if it's a geeky, the idea behind Gnome Decks is it's a geeky, nerdy YouTuber event.
Mm-hmm.
So, to my knowledge, this is not served by any other YouTube event.
It's true.
At all. Like, whatsoever. Not even close.
Yeah.
Such that I'm like, well, eventually someone's going to be creating an event around geeky and nerdy YouTubers, so I figured, well, we've got the experience with Vlogger Fair, and that's been working out well enough that we figured I'd take the risk. Now I'm sweating for a different reason, and try to pull it together with the people that made Vlogger Fair last year possible. You burped already, so you good? This is my evening, folks. This is what I do.
She's getting big.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, but that's a good thing. You're supposed to grow, sweetie. Yeah. Yeah. I think she's part pterodactyl, though. Are you part pterodactyl?
For the moment. She has competition for using her voice, so.
Oh, Dad thinks she's gonna talk before she walks.
Oh, I
likely.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I think so too. As much talking as Daddy does. Daddy does all the talking, doesn't he? Her first words: "Shut up."
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Vader.
Yeah. Father.
Like, let's be real about that.
It's gonna be Vava. 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 She likes, actually, it's weird because, I mean, she's here frequently enough, but she likes the Tower of Orthanc downstairs, which is black, it's dark, and then she likes the James Earl Jones, Dave Prowse autographed photo that's hanging up downstairs in the main room, and she
stares at it, yeah.
Stares and smiles, like, because it's familiar, so she likes dark things, I think, and then Daddy's office here is pretty dark, or surrounded by Vader stuff, so she may grow up and
she likes the chrome Pez dispenser.
Oh yeah? Is that it?
Yeah, she stares at the chrome Pez dispenser.
Oh, so like her mom. There we go. I think I've decided though it's Diana's head with my face on it. It's her skull, my face. That's Jedi basically. That's what happened.
Diana's eyebrows though.
I wish it would have been my skull and Diana's face, but oh well. Oh well. We're making do, aren't we? Yes, we are.
Don't worry, she'll grow up, and then they'll say one day that she looks like Diana, one day it looks like you.
Well,
I got that so much this past weekend when I was at the bat mitzvah. I was like, oh, you look like your father. I'm like, I haven't heard that in 10 years. So, okay then.
Well, this one looks exactly like Jedi.
Exactly.
Any questions from the community?
Are you going to have a vlogger fair in New York City?
You totally should. I can walk there.
I know. I knew we had enough of a community in various places. Seattle's just easy for me.
Don't do it. As someone who just went to Playlist Tri-State, like, I can say there were a lot of issues with it being in Jersey. It was the most difficult place to get to if you weren't staying at the hotel.
Well, the venue they had, it was kind of placed in the middle of nowhere, because I know the area really well.
Why the Meadowlands?
Yeah,
why?
There's a lot of other places they could have had it. I'm 100% with you on that one.
They should have just done it at some place in Brooklyn, because then it would have been easier. Because the only reason they had it in Jersey versus having it in like Boston or Connecticut is because it was going to be easier to get to the YouTube space, I think, because we all took tours of the downtown space, which is beautiful, but it was a schlep and a half to get out there.
I don't know. I think they picked that specific area because of the fact there's so many highways that lead you to that spot. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it is such a pain.
Well, I can tell you, doing an event is, and I mentioned this in the vlog, which I know, like, not everybody watches, but when Dad and I went out to the site, you know, I was making mention. Events are just not easy. They're like, there's a million things that you think of, and for every one thing that you thought of, there are two things that you haven't considered, and it always plays out that way. Always, always, always. So
what we're trying to do is like get the things that people liked about the first year and the things that people liked about the second year, and sort of make a hybrid and make it work. Because last year people didn't have any cell service in the building, for example.
Yeah, that was a bit of an issue, but it was okay. It actually was nice to kind of like disconnect from my phone for a little bit.
Wait, you guys have cell phones?
What?
I've never heard of these devices.
You want that back? I started vlogging this weekend. Says reviews by Gary. It was my original plan, then our cat passed away. Oh, I'm sorry, Gary. I went ahead and started anyway. You think it's a bad idea to vlog sad, bad experiences? I tell you what, you know, I tell Diana all the time. I said, you know, I'm probably too transparent. For as much as I put things out there.
This one's empty.
Oh, you want more?
Yeah, she does.
Okay. We have more. Similac. Results apparently can vary between babies. We've learned. But she loves this stuff. Want a little more? This is how you ended up with your accident.
So you're too transparent.
Yeah, I'm too transparent because I'll just say what's on my mind, and the vlogs at certain points when I've had that like moment of like something bad happened to me, and I trust me, there are a lot of things that I'll never talk about. But like when my grandfather passed away, it was a very personal thing for me. So I was like, all right, I need to say something, if only to lock it at this point in time. And I think that was even before my grandfather passed away about a year ago. On my mother's side, my paternal grandfather passed away in '84. Something like that. I chose to share that. We did not. I can't remember how the vlog went, but I remember we told my grandfather that Diana was pregnant, but I don't think we hadn't announced the pregnancy at that point. So I may have made mention of something, like we had a chance to tell him something that, we would have otherwise may not have been able to tell him, and I was glad we did, but I didn't actually mention the pregnancy outright.
Yeah,
So,
I actually remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah,
I
I
knew
was
what it
gonna say, I
was,
remember
but
that too.
yeah.
there's a time to do it. Like, if I was not feeling it, it would not have gone. But I'm like, I feel like I need to say something because this is a personal vlog, and it's like a part of my personal journey. That, as transparent as that was, and as vulnerable as that made me, I still felt it was important. I still felt it was important for me to do. So, I mean, I know that, at some point in the future, life is going to change, and it's not always going to be happy, and you just deal with that in that cycle, and you just trust that the people who have that information aren't going to use it against you as a weapon. So I knew that by being vulnerable, I was exposing myself to people who really have zero respect for other people, let alone respect for themselves. I knew that, but I also knew that if these people who had been along with our journey and they hadn't even begun to know what our journey was, like with the pregnancy, like, I just felt like I couldn't make it a footnote because of the way we were doing it. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't necessarily choose to start vlogging around a rather traumatic incident, but if you look at what John Prosser did with his grandmother when she was going through cancer, he documented the experience. This is how John and I really kind of first came to know each other, because he told me, he said, because you were vlogging, we did this with my grandmother, and she shared her story, and he's got that now, that story that otherwise you wouldn't have had. So even if you value it as a bit of catharsis, the feeling that you're just getting it, you're just letting it out, that's as much a part of the healing process for yourself when something bad happens. And I really do. I got a message by way of Patreon last night from someone who said, he'd followed me, going all the way back to the live stream days, and was feeling down, and something else happened, and it reminded him of me. He's now doing filmmaking and on all these things that he never would have imagined possible, but he just remembered seeing me in a certain situation. So even if I'm not influencing directly, specifically, get this, get that, watch Star Wars, watch Star Trek, it's still a deeper influence that I feel that's the value of vlogging, not just for yourself, but when, like when Jedi's older, she wants to watch when she was 3 months old, she can. And that, I think, is just as it's exciting for me, because it's like, this is it. That's the time. That is the one thing you cannot get back, is time. And I find so much more value in a vlog than the average YouTube video I might do. It's long form, and it's valuable, and it's never obsolete.
It's funny. A lot of the parts you mentioned, I used to vlog on my tech channel, and I branched off to the second channel because it wasn't working for me on the same channel. And at one point, we were doing me and my other and my son, we were doing vlogs every single day. We announced that we were planning to have a second child. We got pregnant, and unfortunately, we lost a baby due to some genetic reasons. If you don't know, my son has he has autism, but high up on the spectrum. I don't know how to
high functioning.
High functioning. Thank you. And so, I guess something with genetics, we lost a baby, and we had to come out after we already publicly came out, excited, hey, we're having a baby, yeah, awesome. And all of a sudden, maybe a week later, we were just it was a really sad vlog, we were crying, and it was a hard thing to do. So I understand what you were, some of the parts you were trying to mention.
It's I shouldn't dominate the conversation. If anybody else wants to say anything about it, they can. I've got to be. I know this is not an interview, but I have a.
What are your experiences watching bloggers too?
Yeah, I mean, I told Charles Trippy when I met him, when I moved to California, I pretty much packed up my life and drove 3,000 miles across the country after I graduated college. So YouTube was kind of the only thing that I had, because I literally knew 3 people in California other than my aunt, who lives an hour and a half away. So YouTube was kind of everything to me at that point in time. So I learned a lot of things from not only watching, and then when I lost my job a year and a half ago, I did where I kind of just talked about what it's like being in your mid-20s and kind of going through that whole process of what do I do next. And it showed me going to interviews and when I did extra work for TV shows, and it just kind of talks about how sometimes life really sucks, but sometimes putting it out there so that someone else knows that, yeah, life sucks for someone else too. Maybe we can all wallow in our misery and laugh about it at some point in time. That sometimes can be the most cathartic thing for a person, because they see misery loves company, essentially, in the worst way but best way possible.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think Chris was in the same position I was for a while. I enjoy tech, but my heart lies in vlogging, because vlogging you can connect with the community and you can meet more people. Tech isn't sustainable. Tech is just like okay, something new's out, I'm gonna go check it out, and then I'm not gonna see you again.
Yep.
When you put yourself out online, and this is where my heart lies, and me and Matt are good friends, and we've talked about it behind, like vlogging for me, that's where my heart lies. But the fact is, my main community, quote unquote, is under tech. So I'm trying. I'm in this really weird, I'm trying to break away from this tech because it's not my. Just
when you think you're out there pulling about,
you're pulling me out.
It's like, oh man, all I want to do is, because I connect with all the vloggers, the tech stuff is cool, yeah, cool, wonderful, a new phone, it's cool, but
the thing is, and trust me, I'm like as I think I explained even in a vlog, I'm like, I am not perfect, I don't know everything, I make more mistakes than I've seen successes in my life, no doubt about it, there's no doubt in my mind, but everybody's the same, right? So even down to, should I have put the vlogs in a separate channel from the beginning? And I don't know if I would have wrestled with that, and I think if there was the best time to do it, it was recently when we started the CPU series, because what I was looking for is a way to talk about the tech stuff that I thought was interesting, that I thought was hands-on, that was valuable, but also have fun with other things that aren't necessarily tech-related, but still a part of me. So the classic Chris Pirillo channel was all over the map, right? It was like the vlogs were all over the map too, but it was still me. So it's the aspect of, I don't want to connect because we use the same product. That is not connecting to me. That is talking about a product. I don't care. I'm not going to connect over this. I want to connect because we might share similar interests that are going to transcend when this product's obsolete. This product will go obsolete. This product. Our lives are not obsolete. And it's a different mindset when you're looking for people to validate who you are versus you're looking for what it is that they're sharing with you. And it's that smaller audience that I think really understands that greater concept that you can connect with someone on a level that is much deeper, or at least more substantial than a particular product or service. Whether it's makeup, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, a computer, whether it's anything, any kind of object is not. It's very, and YouTube is very personal. So I think that's the advantage of the mechanism more so than just being video. YouTube isn't video; it's about people, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah,
I agree. Sorry, I'm talking again.
I have a funny story actually related to Chris.
Liz always forgets her microphone. Builder 855, would you ever record in 4K? Builder 385, I probably would. And just for the record, I did not mute Liz.
Am I muted now?
She muted herself. I'm not. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted.
Am I muted now?
Did they mute me?
No.
Did they mute me?
Right, I'm not.
No, you're not muted.
Okay. I have a funny story.
They're all talking. Why am I not talking?
Yeah. Okay, Chris. Today I do a lot of Chris's stuff, so it was really funny that you mentioned the tech stuff, because today.
I was transcribing. Somehow I tripped something, so I voiced.
Okay. Anyway, I'm telling you a story. So I was going through Chris's comments today, and someone went to video.
What the hell?
See, now you listen.
Are you there now, Chris?
He's there. He's just talking over everyone.
Okay, so I was going through the comments, and someone went on a video from 2012 from Chris, and they're like, 360p, dude. What's your problem? And so I was like, come on, people, look at the date of when this video was produced. So there is a reason Pirillo Vlogs moved over to a different channel, because these
smart idea.
Like they're going back to videos where he's reviewing
some old
what was it, the Amazon paper white or whatever, and they're like just making comments about how they have something that's so much better, and I'm like, you made this comment today. Did you not?
People just you got to make people think on the internet, and that's the biggest problem is they don't.
Yeah, it's very, very, very difficult.
Because the world revolves around you, and that's okay. So I do plan on doing 4K. In fact, I plan on getting a GoPro 4 Black. In recording. Does it do 4K 60 frames per second or just 4K at 30?
I think it does 60.
4K 60?
I think it does do 60.
It does 1080.
Why don't you answer?
I got it silver because
I think it does.
It's more pro.
Well, because I would love. I mean, it'd be a monumental hurdle, but I would love to do 4K 60 frames per second vlogs.
Oh my god.
That's just mean.
I know, but
It'd be so good, but if
so cool. So I would,
Load
if I can't
time.
do that, then I would prefer a 1080p at 60 frames per second than a 4K at 30.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, we were
Sorry,
talking about this in the LAC one. There's a
does-
lot of people who are switching over to that G7X, which does that now.
The
so
GoPro Hero 4 does 4K at 30, 2.7K at 50,
yeah.
and then 120 at 180 at 120.
Yeah, no, I'd probably do a 1080 at 60 because I prefer a 60 frames per second video.
Yeah.
I do like 4K. I've yet apart from the iMac, I don't really have 4K displays. I haven't upgraded in forever. But TVs aren't something that I really care to upgrade all that often. I know, sweeties.
Hey Matt, what do you think of fancy TVs?
I honestly, I don't really watch TV, so I just care about my life.
I better warn Diana.
That's it.
I think they're doing a video down there.
Okay, I'll text her. I gotta warn Diana.
There's something going on.
Jedi flew through too.
There's something
What
going
other
on.
questions?
Well, Raymond Lutz says, I've been wanting to vlog my life, but the only thing that is stopping me is fear of people not liking what they see. Now, I know Chris says be yourself, but how do you overcome the negativity? Let's start with Matt Philly to answer that.
Yeah.
Because did you vlog for a whole month?
Yeah.
I think you need to turn your sound up a little bit if you can, too.
Me?
Yeah.
Are we better? Better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. What was the question? Negativity?
Yeah, it's in the, if you look at the group chat on the side,
Yep.
it's there, too.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't really have too many people that are like negative towards me yet, which I think is like a good thing. But at the same time, once you have a lot of negative people, I think like you're finally growing because for every negative person, there's like 10 more positive. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't really received enough negative comments to have to overcome it, Nothing really hurt me yet. Everything's still good. Nice people in the comments still, surprisingly.
I can go on about that.
Yeah, same.
I'll put it this way. I'll try to keep it as short as I can. When I was vlogging on my tech channel, quote unquote, and I put my son's diagnosis out there on the internet, I literally got. I think I still have the email saved. It was from somebody anonymous, and they were like, they pretty much tore me a new one, and they were blaming the fact that my son has autism because it was my fault. Like, there's a lot of negativity, but when it's pointed towards my son, that's why I live is my son. It's like that really hurt me, and the only way that I can overcome negativity, honestly, is to just delete it, block them, and move on, and know that you will never see them probably in your entire life.
True.
And it's like they're just there to get that reaction. That's why there's negativity in my eyes. They just want to be noticed, and it's hard to like. I want to go in their shoes and see why they're negative. Like I feel like maybe their life isn't that good, and they want to take it out on other people. I don't know. I just come to the point to move on, block it, move on, and know that like they don't mean anything. They just want to get a reaction from you, and it's just another day. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if you put yourself online, you're gonna get negativity. It's a matter of time. It's the bottom line.
Yeah, I remember it was 2 Decembers ago, so it was like 2 years ago. This was before like I was really heavily involved with YouTube, so Tumblr, and I was getting really nasty messages. I was getting a couple of death threats. It was like the most random thing, and people were personally attacking me, and it got really bad. I was just in a not great place mentally, and it took me a little while to kind of get out of that and just be like, you know what, I'm bigger than this. The majority of the people, unfortunately, that were following me were like 16-year-old fangirls of a TV show who were saying not nice things about my friends, and it just was really, really nasty. But then for every like 14 people that I would get nasty in those hateful messages, I had girls come up to me last weekend my cousin's friends be like, we're huge fans of yours, we love your videos, we love how positive you are, and it's this really nice juxtaposition. So I definitely have to say there are going to be those negative people, and it sometimes can emotionally affect you, but you have to remember that unfortunately everyone has that negativity in them, and some people just don't know how to push it out except for to essentially push it onto other people. So sometimes you just have to be that rubber and go with that saying, what is it? I am rubber and you are glue. Whatever bounces off me sticks back to you. So.
I mean, I
tunnel
struggled for a
spiel.
while with it. I actually struggled with it for a while because I'm still like, small. Like, so
Same.
I was just like, man, I took it like I only have 5,000 on my main channel, which in that respect of things, like that's 5,000 people that took interest in who I am. Like, if I put that into a room, that's a lot of people. But in the grand scheme of what YouTube is, I hate to say it, I am still just a speck. So like when I was noticing that I was getting hate at such a small level, I took that really personally for a while, and I was struggling, and I would put them on blast, blah blah blah, and it would come worse, worse, and worse. It would just be, I was like, what am I doing? And then eventually I just kind of I didn't mention it. It slowly started going away. You just can't give them that rise, like I was saying before. You just can't let them know that you notice them. I mean,
Yeah, I would have to say it's really bad in the beauty community. I did a tutorial based on one of my friends who's a musician, and I got people not even tweeting at me. They were subtweeting at my friends, like making fun of me and like making Snapchat stories. And I was like, you know what? Props to you for feeling like you're just that relevant and you're just that much better than me by taking my creativity and trying to throw it against me. I'm sorry, but I have the balls to put myself on YouTube and to tell my story. And if you don't have the personal respect for yourself to be able to go to someone and be like, I disagree with you for this reason, then maybe you need to reevaluate yourself a little bit.
But and I think that's what it boils down to. It's not just that they disrespect you; they have no respect for themselves.
Yeah.
That's where it begins and ends. And I'm not going to blame the parents necessarily, although they probably had something to do with it, possibly. I'm not going to blame the parents, but what I'm saying is that they don't respect themselves, and they've never been taught how to respect themselves. And if you can't respect yourself, you can't respect someone else, and that's exactly where it starts. And it has nothing to do with age, because I've met people half my age who are twice as mature as people twice my age. So age has nothing to do with it.
I agree.
It's just experience. So yeah, you gotta understand that some people don't treat you like a human being. So they don't respect you. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe them more respect than they give you. Period. End of story.
True.
Because otherwise, it's an exercise in folly. Yeah. So you just got to keep that in mind. Just double down on the people who do care about you, and that's hard to do. I mean, that's what I've talked about it before. It's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts. This is what's so difficult to explain to somebody, that if they only see one attack, they only see like one person said, they called you, oh, you're ugly, or whatever it happens to be. Mm-hmm. They see that and say, oh, just let it run off your back. Well, they don't know about the 999 other things that you're dealing with that are negative today. It's like telling someone, oh, just let it go off your back, but they don't see how many, how much crap you got sticking on your back right now. And so it's not accurate to say just get over it either, because you don't know what someone else is dealing with. You don't know, and unfortunately. Because of the beauty of what the internet affords us as a communication mechanism, has also been really destroyed by people who just don't really want to be human at all. They don't know what it's like.
They can hide behind the anonymity,
which is powerful.
Anonymity.
I think not anonymity, but I will fight that. I'm telling you, there's a time and a place. Like for anonymity, there's an absolute value for it. But when it comes to destroying lives intentionally,
it's horrible.
That is a complete it's an abuse of it's abuse of that power. In my estimation, it's an abuse of the power.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why for the vlogs you're highlighting positive comments.
Mm-hmm. Every day at the end of every vlog, I got to get back into answering people's questions though. I know I got to find a question today. I've just been crazy lately.
We've been ranting. It happens.
We had a busy day.
No. I'm saying the question in the vlogs.
Okay.
I've got to, because I like doing that, because it makes it nice. Okay, I'm going to answer this one in today's vlog. Here, everyone get a sneak peek. Ethan Donace asks, what's your favorite kind of cereal that is no longer available? C-3POs.
Oh, God.
Easy question for me to answer. Okay, so I'll have to answer it in the vlog itself. Everyone got a sneak preview, 4 days ahead of time. And I gotta pull up likes here now. What? Really? No one else has a cereal that they want to come back?
Well, mine just came back. It was Count Chocula. It's now available at Target.
That was gone?
Crazy. Yeah, it was gone. Well, it was really hard to get in like the suburbs of Boston that I lived in. Like, it was never there. So it was funny. I was at Target in West Hollywood a couple of weeks ago, and I saw it, and I was like, wait a minute, when did this come back? But then Cinnamon Toast French, what is it? Cinnamon French
Toast Crunch.
Yeah, that's coming back as well. So.
Yeah, I've seen it. I haven't gotten it, but I thought about doing it in a CPU
It's
episode.
terrible.
Apparently,
Is it really?
Oh.
Well, I don't like that kind of cereal though. So.
What was the question again?
what was your favorite kind of cereal that you'd like to have come back that no longer exists?
Is Honeycombs?
I think Honeycomb's still around. Mr. T was a
Really?
good cereal too.
Oh,
Smurfberry
yeah.
Crunch was an amazing cereal.
Oh, yeah.
They had so many. Ralston Purina had so many amazing cereals, and I just got the other day the frozen cereal. I'm going to try that in CPU and a SpongeBob SquarePants cereal.
My
I heard-
sister had Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure cereal.
Oh my God! Wait, what?
No.
hang on. Nicole, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, my friend just got the frozen one as well, and she's like, we need to try it. I was like, I'm not trying it. I'd rather throw it at the girls who play Anna and Elsa at Disneyland.
It's so funny. That's David DeFranco did comment and say he may be gone. Sorry, David. That the GoPro Hero 4 does 4K at 30p. That's great. I was curious to know if it did it at 60 frames per second. Because I'm curious to know, because I really would rather go with a GoPro if I can figure out how to make it work, because I'd rather have that than this for a lot of different reasons. But I would do 1080p at 60 frames per second. I want to do at least one vlog at that just to see how it works, see how well it works. Yeah, we'll have to get David on one of these hangouts too.
Yeah, I just sent him a direct message.
What's your favorite toy that you want to come back? Anything Darth Vader collectible, which I should be able to easily get, although I'm still looking for the Darth Vader Pop-Tarts, the Lava Berry, and then a full Pringles can. These are like the times that I miss these collectibles. I need them for my collection. I'm the collector.
I want, like, the old version of Polly Pockets to come back. Like,
Oh,
this
right.
new crap that they have is so bad, and I'm like, what is this? This is not what Polly Pockets was, like, designed to be.
I remember Weebles being somewhat different too. There's a show, I think it's called Toy Hunter. It's a new show that's coming out called Toy Hunter.
I'm gonna look
And
this up.
they have a promo video for Toy Hunter that I sent around because it was like, yeah, you know, if you want to collect toys, and I make the same recommendations. People say, where do you start? Like, well, you start with what you like and go from there. Otherwise, why are you collecting it? So it was interesting to hear the professional toy hunter to say the same thing, and he explained, it's more valuable in boxes. And then I guess he was asked, what's the more popular thing? What are the best ones to collect? And he mentioned outright, he said Star Wars, and because Disney is just gonna, it's going to be. It's already been great. You already know that Disney's gonna go like double down on it. So it's perfect.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous because they're.
Wait.
Well, no, as a pass holder who goes to the park constantly, like right now, a lot of the park is shut down because they're getting ready for the 60th anniversary. Like, you can't walk through the castle right now. You can barely even see it. As of, like, this morning, they put up all the tarps because they're doing new projections for the 60th, and there's a new fireworks show and a new parade that's happening. But the rumor is that they're going to – I would love for them to get rid of Autotopia, which is right next to where you can meet Captain America and Thor, because it's a gas-driving, like, car thing, and it makes the entire part of Tomorrowland smell so bad. So I'm hoping that they get rid of that and they really start to push more of the Marvel and the Star Wars things. They just had the Star Wars half marathon last weekend, I think it was.
Yep.
And I had a couple of friends running it, and I was that's my goal for 1 year is to do one of those marathons, because the medals that they give out are insane.
I wouldn't do it. I still wouldn't do it. I love it, but no.
I do the 5K, not the half.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm done. I got a 5K screen. I'm good.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna do a TV show marathon. That's about it.
Yeah, exactly. I binge watch. I'll binge watch everybody else. Yeah, no, actually, I was gonna say, well, are there any other Star Wars fans apart from me here? I know Liz isn't like hot to trot on it, but
I appreciate Star Wars, but I'm not.
And you're not. So I'm the only one again.
Well,
So
we
I
named our
read-
vacuum. We used to
your level,
vacuum
yes.
R2D2 when I was a kid.
I wanted to talk about the Star Wars ring theory, which is just this fascinating theory that I guess someone who was following me anyway, he'd put out there as this essay on this blog it's called Star Wars Ring Theory, and it laid out the prequels in such a way that I appreciate them at a different level. I think I still have the same feelings, but any kind of emotions that I might have had were spared because I could at least get a better understanding of where Lucas's head was likely at, and he laid it out in such a way that movies that happen this way correspond with movies that happen another way, and it creates this ring, and there are even rings within rings. of the entire 6 movies. Well, at least to this point in Lucas's vision. So it was fascinating and very compelling. And I would be shocked if anybody refuted it, and I'm sure someone would, because there are definitely some places where it falls down. But I think it creates a better picture for what the prequels were. As someone who didn't appreciate them as much until I watched them through Diana's eyes, she liked them. She didn't mind them at all. But after reading the Ring Theory, oh, by the way, this is not a picture of Jesus that has appeared in my hoodie. This is Jedi's spit up here. It's a Virgin Mary in my hoodie. It suddenly appeared. I'm lactating, although it would not explain why my nipple is right
from
here
your shoulder
instead of being up here.
You
I'm
might-
just saying.
You might want to go get that checked out.
We've got a white dwarf in our neighborhood, so it kind of the
It kinda looks
gravity
like a
in the
mountain.
fields.
I was gonna say it looks like a Matterhorn.
in the comments. There's
My
some,
balls are
there's
deflated.
Some Joe
What?
Pa fans.
Oh, jeez.
You know what? We're not gonna get into deflating. We're not gonna get into
No.
it right now.
I just put in the chat. Joe Pirillo is legit in the vlogs. Makes me always laugh. And then MK says Joe Pa is the best. Terrific sense of humor and adds incredible wealth of knowledge. So glad he and Judy are there sharing time with Chris and Diana and Jedi.
It's a good thing.
Good thing. I saw that Kimberly had a question about flying and filming, and I can say I was just on a United flight, and you can actually now use your cell phones on flight as long as they are in airplane mode when you take off. So there are a lot of people who fly. I think it was like an urban legend that it's illegal to film. It's not. I see more YouTubers filming their takeoff and like.
I see him walking into the plane.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I film it in the slow motion.
Yeah. No, I guess I've never had any issue with it. The only thing I'm always careful about it, is if I record someone without their permission or they don't know what's going on, I don't like using that.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's my threshold. Like, nope. If I can at all help it, I won't do it. There have been times, obviously, that it's happened, but more often
Even
than
when we were
not.
at the market, you were like, "Oh, let's make sure we don't get anyone's faces."
Yeah, it's important to me. Victoria asks, where do you think they would be if y'all didn't vlog? Where do you think you'd be if you didn't vlog? I'd probably be here, just not talking to you. I mean, true.
I'm with you there. I'm no different because YouTube's not my job, but my job is at my desk. I work from home, so nothing would be different for me. I don't think.
What about you, Matt?
Same thing. Students work at a retail store. Same stuff.
And you, Liz?
Well, I don't really vlog, but if I didn't know about vlogging and stuff, I wouldn't be here. That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's how I started talking to Chris. I was like, hey, I know vloggers and stuff, and I watch your vlog, and
it's interesting though. I mean, like I think it's more of a. I mean, this isn't sexist at all, but it just seems that more females follow vlogs and the stories than males, typically.
It's very true. You can look by demographics.
And that that's to me that was the biggest surprise for me, because the people that latched onto it were mostly the people in my community who'd only known me for this one part, and then they saw me from this other part. And I think having the vlog brings more value to everything else that I'm doing, because you see me doing something, but you also know everything that kind of happened potentially that day. That's why I really like doing at least the CPU videos the way they're happening now, more so than TLDR. TLDR is long form, flash in the pan stuff, and the CPU stuff is more, you'll watch it 5 years from now and may still be entertained by someone eating spotted dick.
and if you're super know-me, you'll remember how funny it was when Chris was filming it too.
Oh, goodness.
Because that's it. Matt Philly can account for that, right?
Oh yeah.
Now,
Is that-
since we do have two guys here, Matt, how did you start watching vlogs?
Oh man, it was
Yeah.
when Charles Trippy started. I caught him, I think, within his second week of vlogging. I don't even know how. I think it was through like the recommended sidebar, and I was just hooked. And then from him, I found Shay Carl, and it was just never ending. I mean, I made day 86 for Charles Trippy. I made his outro. I mean, and I was some little kid, yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, I was addicted. I don't know what it was. I just really liked Charles Trippy, Shay Carl, all of them. It's really fun.
And you're going to meet them all at Vlogger Fair because you're going to help out.
Oh yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I wish I
every
could
time
answer that.
Every time I name drop, I do it on purpose to bother Matt.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
What about?
Don't
what
worry,
about
Allie
Steve?
is liking all of my stuff on Instagram constantly. I'm like, you need to stop.
Do you want to show her?
It's okay. You can sit. Come. You want to come over? You want to come?
Steve,
I think
what about you?
Diana
How
maybe
did you
definitely
get
won't fancy
into? How did you get into watching vlogs?
You know, I wish I could actually remember. I really don't remember. I wish I could. I remember getting into YouTube actually because of Chris Pirillo back in his Ustream days. And I remember getting voice in his chat room, like, yeah, I got voice. I think that's what got me addicted to the internet, man. But other than that, I couldn't. I don't know how I found vlogging. I don't know.
Diana's here.
Hi.
Hi.
And Jedi's here with the new wardrobe change
Oh, goodness.
that her Nini and Joe Pa got her. It says
What does it say?
Bella Mia. Oh, you can't really see it. There you
I can see
go.
now, yeah.
Oh, there's a question here from Super Orange Lego. Why are the Pirillo vlogs about 1 week behind actual time?
For a lot of different reasons. You know, I would love to turn them around quicker, but like I haven't even honestly, I have not edited the vlog we recorded yesterday because I've been busy with other things. So I've got to edit yesterday's vlog and tonight's vlog before going to bed. And so part of it is giving me some breathing room, such that if I couldn't do it today, I'd have to do it tomorrow. So I've got a lot more breathing room for one reason, and I think more than anything, it gives me a chance to make sure I've got everything that I wanted to get in there done. So I think it's. I mean, there are other reasons, but I think primarily it's just giving me enough breathing room because I edit everything. So.
No, I think it's a great idea because there's so many vloggers that are like, oh, sorry, it's not going to be a vlog today because, you know, we got really tired. And
I don't want to do that.
so at least you have some, yeah.
I mean, I felt bad that my video's not up yet, and I'm like, ugh. But granted, I also have 7 other videos going up this week, so.
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
That's sometimes difficult when you're doing a hangout. I never mean to interrupt.
No, I struggle with commitment to doing daily vlogs.
It's hard. It's
very hard, especially when you don't, like, I know it shouldn't matter, but when you don't have people watching and giving feedback, it's even harder, and it's not like my thing right now, so it's like, it's very difficult for me to commit to something that's taking away from time and how I'm supporting my family, you know? Yeah. So it's very difficult. I actually, like I said before, like, vlogging is where my heart lies. I enjoy it so much, but it's very difficult to do every day when there's nothing behind it for me right now.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I had to give a brief introduction to everybody in the dais there.
Yeah.
I didn't know who was here yet, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that it's something where we're trying something. I'm trying to get something. I wish I could do like a daily challenge in the vlog, but I think it's just going to be not every day. But has the whipped cream one gone out yet?
I don't.
No.
No.
That may be tomorrow. There's a whipped cream challenge that we've got coming up.
I am not going to
I am so excited for this now.
It's going to be a good one. So, I like doing it. I think if we do it that way, because that way it's not every day because it's difficult to keep track of that stuff. But if we do it every 4 vlogs or so, I think
if you take a bath in milk and cereal, you can
interview the president. That's right.
Poor Lozelle getting so much backlash.
That's not
and
nice.
It makes me so angry.
She is so much more than that. That's the
exactly.
thing. And why didn't they pick the cinnamon?
No,
and instead, why didn't they pick the cinnamon challenge video? That's a much better video if you want to talk about.
That video is hilarious.
I wouldn't want to waste the cereal.
I don't know if she did waste the cereal. If you've ever seen her mother's videos, oh my god. She makes hats out of
it's insane.
Cups from Starbucks. It's like they are the most hilarious family. I met them at Playlist Live last year. I actually, like they said, if you bought Glozelle's book, you got to meet Glozelle. But then her family went all through the line, and I had a great, it was fantastic. And she's a really sweet person. I like her.
Cool.
I got upset that people were picking one video. Imagine if they picked one video, Chris Pirillo walking around with a dress on.
Do that.
Chris Pirillo doing anything.
No, they say, hey, remember that time you broke that cylinder on Tech TV? Yes, I remember the time I broke the cylinder.
Or flarping.
Oh, no.
Oh, the flarp.
Yeah, flarping's yesterday's news, apparently. We need to do a flarp challenge. That's what we need.
We need to involve your parents in a challenge.
Well, what could it be? We got to figure out on the whipped cream day if we make if It's a whipped cream challenge, and I'm going to say there's a 1,000 like challenge. There's a 1,000 like. Thank you, by the way. This hangout can be liked.
Yeah.
There's a 1,000
Already
like
liked it.
and there's a 2,000 like challenge. So I think that's the way we do it. We tier it because
No baby carrots, though.
it
Okay.
involves whipped cream.
No baby carrots.
And it's good. We got 1,000 and then 2,000, and we've got to find out by the time that it's public for 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's like a win-win situation.
Kind of.
Here's an interesting question, and I'll talk.
Sure.
Christian says, have you ever thought of posting a non-edited vlog, Chris?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dog vlog.
No, dog vlog was edited. We did raw vlogs, and we've done those in the past. But the problem is I just feel like it's not something I want to do it, and there are times that I have to do it, but I just feel like it's not representative of something I want to do unless I feel like if Diana and I are driving somewhere, there's a better chance that we're going to have interplay than if we're just sitting around at a dinner table. I've thought about doing like a dinner vlog, once a week where if Diana makes dinner or whatever, we sit around and we just kind of hit record and welcome to dinner, and we're just going to talk about whatever happens, whatever comes, and this is it kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Possibly. Yeah.
But also the way that you do vlog, like that's one thing, I guess, unless you're there, you don't even realize that Chris is vlogging. It freaked John out because we'd be sitting there talking at the table, and then you realize that the camera's on, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
The way that he does it is just, but it's not in an intimidating way. It's just, it's really neat. I think you kind of film so it's easier to edit. Do you, Chris?
Yeah, because I just feel like if I want to encapsulate the day, I want to create something that I want to watch. So everything that I do is something that I want to watch. I may get like a minute of Jedi. In fact, last night I may keep the full minute because she was just she's laying right here. But as I'm watching it, if I'm watching and I'm entertained, I'm sucked in. But the moment I go, okay, I'm bored, that's when I hit cut, and that's when I move on to the next thing.
So I guess that's a good question for all of us then.
And this is me.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good question for all of us. Like, do we all film to edit, or do we just film in general? I've discovered I'm more filming to edit now, unfortunately.
When it's vlogging, my family, I think it comes down to what I'm doing, like during that specific time. Like if I'm out, like let's say I go to some type of music part. Let's just say I'm going to Disney, right? If I'm at Disney, I'm filming to film everything because I want to remember this, but I'm going to come back and edit it. But if I'm home and I'm not doing anything, I'm filming to edit because I'm not doing much, so I turn the camera on to do something sometimes. Right. And it's funny because I'm a big fan of Charles Trippy, and he said recently in his vlog, like he's been living the vlog. I think is the way he quoted it, and not
like
living his life.
vicariously himself through his own
right.
vlogs.
And sometimes when I'm home sitting at my desk working all day because I have clients, sometimes I'm living for the vlog when I know I want to do a vlog. It is a really weird thing, but I hope that answers your question.
I think it's all good discussion. We don't really have. I never had an agenda in doing these hangouts apart from just talking to other people and hanging out. We want to just do it regularly.
Well, what we found with Vlogger Fair is that it's really connecting with the community because there are other events, and a lot of the events are about the people that are there. But what we found from Vlogger Fair is that the community wanted to stay connected throughout the year, not just at Vlogger Fair, and also the vloggers themselves found they had a greater connection at Vlogger Fair. So that's why we do these sorts of things. And the community is not just, people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So that's kind of the goal that we're doing.
What? I thought, Liz, you said everyone had hundreds.
Well, Matt Philly has 10,000,
Hey, I'm a baby compared to all of you. I am not even at 600 right now, so.
We're definitely starting over here with this Pirillo Vlogs channel, so I feel everybody.
Well, my family vlogs are starting over for sure. Yeah. Literally.
We're not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's interesting. I just got a comment on one of my videos because I made a video yesterday about how women we do our makeup for ourselves and we dress for ourselves, and I was like, if I don't want to shave my legs, I'm not gonna shave my legs. And some guy just made the most sexist comment, and I'm gonna be like, joke's on you, dude, because I don't care.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I think Chris has even said, he doesn't really care whether I do my makeup or not, but I feel like I do it for myself too.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. Because I think guys sometimes don't even notice.
Nope.
You know, it's
Nope.
like,
Nope.
Yeah, I'll notice sometimes.
yeah.
Or the other yesterday I got my hair cut and I said, Chris, did you notice I cut my hair? He's like, no.
Well-
I don't care.
You got a different do.
I
I cut like 4.5. Yeah, I cut like 4.5 inches off.
Sure, I noticed that. Jedi noticed.
Jedi liked it. There we
I
go.
remember the time I cut a millimeter off. It was a good time.
See, I change my hair color like every 6 weeks. I was literally lavender up until about December. So, like, for me, it's like people are like, oh, you've changed your hair color. I'm like, well, I can't get tattoos, so I'm going to wear makeup and be My Little Pony, essentially.
Yeah. No.
Kiwi Enterprises asked Diana, any big plans for your channel this year? Well, she just had a video go out yesterday, and your patrons are going to see a major difference. Have you watched it?
Well, it's until we have to go back to shooting the way that we
Yes.
did that job. Then it's gonna suck again.
Some really cool videos are coming up, but just a few of them.
Diana, I have to teach you how to do the Princess Leia hair because I know how to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really easy.
Even with short hair?
Even with short hair.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's like, oh, I didn't think I could do it that way. But yeah, I had to do it for dance competitions and stuff like that. So I've learned how to do all of the buns possible.
Cool. Yeah, we just filmed Nooney's taco soup tonight. So that's going to be good. We're having it tonight, but it'll be on my channel. I'm excited for that. You haven't tried it yet.
I don't know if she's made it before.
Yeah, we'll have to taste test it.
I imagine it's gonna be a little like pozole. A little.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never tried it, so we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll vlog it, of course.
Of course.
Everyone's saying that they liked the dog vlog, Chris, and actually, MK said that she'd like to see more of the dogs.
No.
So
I'm getting the dogs in there. I mean, it's just it's difficult to balance everything, right? You know, you got a little Diana. Unfortunately, too much of me. Jedi, but she's busy with Jedi, and if the dogs are around or they do something, then I'm doing it with them. But sometimes it's kind of hard when you've got a lot of things that you could do, because I don't want to do it just to do it. I want to put it in there and it's going to make sense or it's going to be fun. So yeah, trust me, I always look for that.
So we're still at the start of the year. Maybe we can ask this question to everybody: what their plans are with either vlogging or their own channels and things going forward.
Actually, this would be a good final question too, because we're right around an hour. I think that'd be a good time to keep it.
And I want to hear Matt Philly talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Matt Philly, don't be so shy. You're not a shy guy.
I forgot he was here.
Yeah, well, all right. Let's see.
Matt who?
For this year, I hit 10,000 just yesterday, day
Sunday.
before. So that was exciting. I don't know how many I'll hit.
Monday.
Okay, yeah, all right. I don't want to set a goal because I'm afraid I won't hit it, and then I'll feel really bad about not hitting it. So maybe like 20,000 at least, maybe 150,000 million, something like that. But I don't know. I just want to try to get as many cool co-hosts on, like Chris. Come on, hit my setup. That'd be cool. And yeah, just maybe start something that's not setup related, because that's my biggest problem right now is like branching out. So I just want to try to make maybe comedy skits, things like that. That'd be fun.
Sorry, Matt.
And you want to attend events too, right?
Oh, a lot of events, yeah. VidCon.
yeah.
I'm going to VidCon for sure. I got to get
Yes!
to the fair and stuff like that.
And Gnome Dex?
Gnome Dex, yeah, of course. And yeah, that's really it for me.
Okay, Nicole?
I would like to hit 1,000, which I'm not too far, but that's like
Let's help get Nicole to 1,000.
Yes.
If I hit 1,000, it'd be great, because it was funny when I went home. My family thinks that I'm this massive YouTuber, and I'm like, no. I was like, I treat it like it's my life because it is. But I guess channel-wise, I really want to stick to the 5 videos a week. I want to grow Everyday Jew more because I think it's an interesting topic of conversation. But I really want to start showing people that you don't, as a female vlogger, you don't necessarily have to fall into the category of beauty or comedy or fashion or DIY, like
Or family.
Or tech. You can be all of those things as long as you're yourself. That's the reason I do such a diversity of different topics on my channels, because I want to show people that there's more than one side to me. And I think that a lot of people forget that when they look at a YouTuber, they think that they're based only on what their last video is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I don't think I'm going to make it to Gnome Decks because we're going to be getting ready for summer sessions for School of Rock. But Vlogger Fair, I'm hoping, especially if it's the same weekend, because if it's on the Saturday, it's going to be on my birthday. And I had the best time in Seattle last year on my birthday, and my family's like, "You're doing nothing." I was like, "I'm exploring a city, and I'm going to Vlogger Fair tomorrow. You cannot rain on my parade," so to speak. So, no, I just want to kind of grow not only as a person, but also as a content creator, both thinking-wise and like planning-wise, essentially.
Okay, and Steven?
Oh man, why do I have to end it? No, I don't really have any like specific quote unquote like goals or milestones I want to hit for my content, because I'm starting to wean away from tech a little bit. From people that actually know me, I used to post a lot of tech stuff, and now it's kind of just trickled off to whenever I feel like I want to, because like Nicole said, I don't want to be known as like the tech guy. I don't want to be known as like be judged by my last video. I want to have fun doing YouTube. I think if you're not having fun, there's no point in doing it. And what I have fun doing is vlogging my family. So I think like my transition in 2015 is gonna be jumping everything over to my second channel, which is vlogging, less technology, and then more family oriented stuff, because I enjoy hanging out with my kid. I mean, how do you not enjoy hanging out with your kid? I think that's just the bottom line. So that's my plan. Just have fun and create content, and yeah, have fun doing it.
You know, it's really fascinating. I wanted to jump in when Matt said it, but then the other two kind of said the same thing. I've been wrestling with that. I mean, I've been doing YouTube stuff since 2006. Not really a YouTuber necessarily, but it's been a challenge. And up until we figured out the formula around the CPU series, that gives me the flexibility of being Chris Pirillo. And the whole idea is you never know what you're going to get in a geeky variety show. It's just going to be Chris. So it may be beer, it may be a Star Wars thing, it may be a toy, it may be tech, it may be a review, it may be a movie, it may be something in there. And that is what allows me, even though everyone may not want that, that's the best I can do, because otherwise I can only be one thing. So I totally myself, and I totally understand why everybody here at least was echoing those sentiments. What I wanted to show everybody too is during the duration of this particular hangout, I hope this goes right. See if you can see it. Oscar Roke, I retweeted it, but it's those dog.
Extra. Does it say extra crispy at the bottom?
Yeah, no, it says no. Okay, so Jedi was trying to see it. It says, "How does Christopher Pirillo like his bacon? Crispy."
Goodness.
Oh yeah, Dad. What are your plans for your vlog?
Joe, pause.
I can tilt the
My
screen.
plan
That should be
is just
funny.
current,
What?
just to get current.
I should have done a challenge with you, Joe, for Seattle versus the Patriots. I was trying to find some more Seattle bloggers to think of doing something really funny, but I couldn't think of anyone at the last minute. I'm like, what am I going to do?
You can come in Jersey. There's no one really over here.
I don't touch the Jets.
Oh no, me neither. It's all about the Giants.
That's even worse. Really? Oh, that just breaks my heart.
Don't hurt my feelings.
No. But I'm also, like, the Patriots are, like, my love, but at the same time, I'm a bigger Ohio State Buckeyes fan, so.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. It's a good time.
I like how Jedi's.
Hello, Jedi. I love you. And I love everybody out there. And we're going to go eat some taco soup, even though it sounds like a really strange combination.
And in the down bar in the description, there's a survey if you want to participate in these sort of hangouts. I need to know.
A survey?
So,
Oh, my goodness.
So you have to fill out the survey, and put in your details, and we're going to try to do these mostly on Tuesdays. And also, everybody's links are below, too. So make sure you subscribe to everyone, and thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So I can't really wave, so I'm going to blah, 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 blah.